Good morning, good morning, good morning, good day. Hello. How is everyone? It's Saturday. It's another one of those days. It is another day. That's a positive thing for sure. Whew. I'm having one of those I don't necessarily want to do this today days, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And that's where we are. That's where we are. I'm just being honest and upfront about it. And yeah. As far as what we're gonna do, you know, I think it's a big mystery what we're gonna do. I mean, I haven't really figured it out yet. We're gonna watch Judge Fleischer. We are going to not only watch Judge Fleischer, but we're going to watch an abridged version of yesterday's Judge Fleischer docket. I want to say there's only like 1 or 2 people I actually kind of cut out of the docket, just to abbreviate things for time. But for the most part, we're watching yesterday's docket because yesterday's docket was a good docket. So if you were in the chat with me yesterday as the docket was going down, I am back. I was working a lot of the day yesterday, so I didn't get to see a lot of it live as it happened. But yeah, we're all gonna relive it again together today. And now is the time for us all to make our comments and, you know, say hello to Victoria and Judge Fleischer and all of our friends in Harris County, Texas. I'm just going to get right into it because I'm excited for this one. We're going to have some fun.
Page 1, Ackerman.
Your Honor, can you sign a stock for bars issue?
Yeah.
So I can give them a copy.
Page 1, Ackerman.
Good morning, Ms. Ackerman. Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Saw on heroes.com under the escort section when he observed an advertisement of a female in the Houston area. Detective Patterson called the phone number provided and made contact with the defendant. They met at a hotel room in Harris County, Texas, where she agreed to perform oral sex for $1,000. Once payment was made, the defendant was arrested.
Okay. Ms. Ackerman, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Let me see. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to participate in this activity again. If you violate this, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, man. I will give you a lawyer so that you can speak to the lawyer today so we can figure out where we go from here. But this is not a good thing. Okay. So for now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign and reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant and then I'll have you talk to a lawyer here momentarily. Okay. That way to sign a reset and then to the jury box.
All right, page.
So can you file no engaging in like,
Yes, sir.
who's next?
They're on the hallway. So let's go. Page 2, Blake.
Take a seat for me in the jury box, sir. You're not allowed to leave.
Page 3, Brown.
Shadrack Brown.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. Mr. Brown, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Where did you think that you were coming today, Mr. Brown? Did you think that you were going to the beach
No, sir.
in shorts?
Yes, sir.
You go to court in shorts?
No.
Would you go like to church?
No, sir.
Lack of disrespect. From now on, you come in long pants at the very minimum. Mr. Brown, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. You cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On June 22nd, 2024, officers initiated a traffic stop after observing a driver run a red light at an intersection in Harris County, Texas, and activated emergency lights and equipment. The defendant did not initially stop and continued in a southern direction. While the driver continued to travel in a southern direction, the officer observed several bottles and cups thrown from the passenger side window. The defendant eventually stopped, and when he did, he opened the driver's side door, placed his hands in the air, and exited the vehicle. The defendant was detained and placed in handcuffs, and the front passenger was also detained and placed in handcuffs, but was released on the scene during the investigation. While speaking with the defendant, officers observed the defendant to appear disoriented and a strong odor of alcohol on the breath, slurred speech, red and watery bloodshot eyes. Defendant was asked to perform standard field sobriety tests, and the defendant refused all question and started to become belligerent by sitting on his knees and stomach with his hands behind his back, stating he was scared. DIC 24 was read. Upon completion, the defendant was asked to provide a breath sample and refused. He also refused to sign the DIC 24. Blood was drawn pursuant to a warrant and a prior DWI in Tallahassee, Florida.
How many other DWIs? Just one? What other
That's
kind
his-
of criminal history do we have?
That's his only prior DWI, but there's extensive out-of-state history.
It's a 19-page criminal history. That's a lot.
Mr. Brown, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Run his license, please. Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Before we allow you to drive, I want you to prove to me that you have insurance in your name. As it stands now, this is a second offense, so I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock.
Yes, sir.
If you do not have license, then I'm ordering you not to drive, and I will give you a portable handheld device that you will take with you everywhere you go to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol.
Sir.
I'm going to test you for dope, alcohol, and everything. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, we have a place for people who cannot help themselves. So no dope, no alcohol. If you
Sir.
cannot control yourself, then we have places for you. I
Sir.
don't want to have to do it. Don't force my hand.
Sir.
Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm going to do everything in my power to protect Harris County. If that means putting you in there at a $100,000 bond, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Sir.
Is eligible.
Okay. So as it stands, no alcohol, drugs, random urinalysis, guardian interlock. I see that you do have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance because you have a lawyer, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Fleming and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. Mr. Fleming tells me that you're playing games. I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Sir.
For now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll get you to Tracy for your bond conditions, and then we'll have you take a seat in the back while we wait for your lawyer to arrive. For now, I want proof before you leave today that you have insurance in your name,
Sir.
okay?
Yes,
If
sir.
you do, then we'll allow you to drive, but you must have an interlock on your car,
Sir.
please.
Right this way. Next judge is page 11, Polito.
Paul Pulido,
No, Raul Polito.
sorry?
Raul Polito. R-A-U.
Oh, Raul, I thought it said Paul. Okay,
No,
Raul, I'm sorry,
it's-
I'm sorry, sir. So you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will represent you, sir.
On June 20th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a person down call. They spoke with a complaining witness, the defendant's mother, who stated she and defendant got into an argument about him not helping around the house and not working. The defendant pushed the complaining witness with her hand against a wall, which caused her to hit her arm. She reported that she felt pain.
Is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Pulido, how old are you, sir?
18.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
What are you doing with your life now?
Right now I'm looking for jobs, but at the moment I'm still looking for a place to stay at.
So, are you on the street?
For like 2 days, and that's it.
Had a place to stay, and now you're on the street. Have you learned anything?
Yes.
Be careful what you do. Be careful what you say. Otherwise, you'll end up on the street. You'll end up doing things just to survive that you would never think that you would do. You had a place to stay with mom. Now you ain't got none. So, have you guys had the opportunity to speak to mom to find out what she wants?
Not yet.
Does she want him home? No?
She's okay with contact, Judge.
She's okay with contact.
She's okay with contact.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with your mom. I'm also ordering you now as a condition to get a job. I'm telling you, if you want to go back home, the best thing you could possibly do is get a job, show up with some money, and I bet you'll have her on her twinkle toes. I don't know. Let's do this. I'm going to give you a lawyer today. I want you to explain the situation to the lawyer so we can figure out what we're going to do. I don't want you on the street. That's not a good thing.
I was gonna ask where I can get permission to leave the county, because one of my friends is letting me move in with him.
Let's do, I'm going to give you a lawyer today. Let's figure out your situation. I'd like you to talk to the lawyer. So if your mom lets you back, you wouldn't want to go back with mom? Or would you want to?
I do want to move in with my friend
Where is it?
in Dallas, in a place called Arlington.
No, I'm not letting you go to Dallas. You have an open assault case. No. The problem is I can't see what you're doing in Dallas. I have no idea who you're hanging out with, what kind of trouble you're going to get into. It's the wrong thing. No, I'm keeping you close to me so I know that you're now going to be on the straight and narrow. Who else is in your life besides mom? Anyone else? Okay, so that's me now. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
For now, I'm going to give you an application. Stephen is going to give you one to fill out for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box. Do not leave until we excuse you because you need to sign bond conditions. We need to figure out what we're going to do with your housing. All right? Come on.
Page 14, Sepulveda Garza, come on up.
Do you mind filing to the no threatening, harassing, no weapons? And then we'll go forward after that and figure out what we're going to do. Vic, who's this?
Sepulveda, page 14.
You really think that we're going to give you PR bond after PR bond after PR bond after PR bond, Mr. Sepulveda? You got me bent if you think that we're going to keep doing this and play this game with you. No, sir. Your PR bond is revoked. You can't get that many. I'll appoint your lawyer today. We'll figure out what's going to happen, sir, but come goes with you.
Just page 15, Smith, come on up.
Taylor Smith. Ms. Smith, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On June 21st, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault family call and spoke with the complaining witness, the defendant's mother. The complaining witness said that she was arguing with her son and the defendant came outside and hit her in the stomach with a rock.
Hit her in the stomach with a rock.
Complaining witness advised that she felt pain.
Ms. Smith, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am?
13.
You're 17. What do you do in life now? Do we know what mom wants, guys? Does mom want her back home?
She doesn't want a protective order, so she wants to go back.
If I drug test you now, what's going to show up? Let's send her for a drug test right now. I'm sending you for a drug test and then you must report back here to court. If you do not come back to court, I will issue a bond and I'm going to put you in custody just like I did the other person. I don't want to have to do that. So come back to me as soon as you take a drug test and then I'm going to appoint your lawyer today. We're going to figure out where we go from here. But you're in high school, no dope. Do you understand? No, I don't want to talk about the case yet. You have the right to remain silent. I have a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they're going to sit there, type it to try to use it against you. I just want to know what, if anything's going to show up on a drug test and we'll go from there. All right. For now, I'm going to have you sign a reset and then I'm going to have you get with Tracy and then we'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Please.
All right.
Hold on, Miss Smith, is your mom here? Come up, ma'am. Hi. Hi. So who are you in relation to Miss Smith?
I'm her biological grandmother. I've raised her from a baby.
Does she stay with you now?
Yes, she lives with me.
Okay, so let's do this. I want to send her for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in the system. I'm gonna have her come back within the next 15 minutes. We'll get the test and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna appoint her a lawyer and then we need to figure out what's going on with her so that she doesn't get into further trouble. Sure.
The day that happened.
I don't want to talk about the case
Okay.
because I've got a bunch of DAs here. I know that you want to tell your side. I'm going to give you a lawyer. You can you tell what you want to tell me, tell to the lawyer, and then we can figure out where we go. But I just, everybody's here is going to say it. And if it's something that hurts her where you think it's going to help,
But it may not.
Right.
I understand.
so just hang tight, give us like 30 minutes and then we'll, yeah, okay. Thank you for coming though.
Thank you.
Go ahead and sign the reset.
Carl, you want to do your plea real quick? Oh, can I do this plea real quick?
Okay.
Please, come on, Carl, let's get you out of here.
This is Angel Torres. You asked him to be here today because of curfew violation on bond violations.
Oh, you don't want to do your plea.
But we wanted to do the plea, but you also wanted to address that, I guess.
Are we doing a plea on Torres?
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
Right here. Rivera, go ahead and sign for your reset.
But you'd also requested him here for bond violation because he had some curfew violations, people when he was working. And I guess you just wanted to explain that.
You know what this is? This is a contract that you and I are entering into now. I have your life in my hands. I can either massage it or I can squeeze it and make it really hurt, Mr. Torres. Do you understand? It's not a game. It's not a joke. And you're facing a year. And from what I get, you just don't get it. And if it's a lengthy jail sentence, that's what it's going to take. Then that's what it's going to take. but I'm tired of the games. And what you're doing now is you're entering into a deferred where you muck this thing up. You're looking at an entire year. And I have no problems doing that to you because this is your third case within the last, 6 months?
Second case.
Third case. He had an evading, he had an assault that was dismissed, and now this is another assault. Did you graduate from high school?
He's in his senior year, Judge. He's going to be in high school, and he'll graduate in May of next year. That's one of the conditions of probation is to stay in school.
Great. So while he is in school, we'll waive the community service, okay? If you do not graduate from high school, you will be doing high school with me behind bars. Do you understand, Mr. Torres? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. This deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with conviction. But I'm telling you, you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement, saying that, hey, I can make this thing. And if you don't, you authorize me to put you in jail for an entire year. So far, we have, how many BVRs do we have, Carl? So far,
There's 3 curfew violations, Judge, and they were all like about 7 o'clock at night because he was working landscaping and his employer didn't bring him back home until the jobs were done. But there were 3 curfew violations. He didn't have any curfew violations when he was in school. School's over now for the summer, of course, and this is the one we were trying to get him to work out.
So the enter at 1:58 a.m. in the morning,
Well, I was looking at the other one, 7:30.
what are you doing at 1:58 in the morning, Mr. Torres?
He's asking you a question. What were you doing at 1:58 in the morning?
Working, sir. I was finishing a couple of jobs and then I had to clean all my food. I had to clean the weed eater and the lawnmower.
His mother's in court from too, Judge, in case it matters if you want
Sure.
to talk to her. If you want her up.
Sure. Does she speak English?
Yes, she speaks both languages.
Yes, sir.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. We've had a lot of problems with Mr. Torres. A lot of problems. This is his 3rd case. He can't stay out of trouble and he does whatever he wants to do. Doesn't care who tells him what. We have no impact on him. I told him to stay at home and I gave him a curfew just so that he could stay out of trouble. 3 times he had violated that, 1 time coming home at 2 in the morning. Sure.
The Saturday that we made a surprise birthday party for my husband, his 60th birthday. That's the only time that he stayed out late.
What day was it?
Saturday, June the 22nd.
This is a different day anyways.
That's the only one that I know that was on me for the birthday party.
On conditions that he's supposed to live up to. Doesn't matter if anyone else tells him differently. When he doesn't, there are serious consequences and he ends up going to jail because of it. What do I need to do to keep him out of trouble?
This is on you. You don't want to listen with me. What do you want to do?
Shh.
Listen to me, you go the right way. Now, this is the hard way you're going to.
And it's over and it's over and it's over.
I can't keep him in school. I put him in school every day. He's the one that's leaving.
So we will do this. You tell me what you want and I will make it happen with him. What time does school stop?
He comes home at 3:30, 3 o'clock. What time?
School ends at 2:30. I get home by 3.
You want him home? I'm making that a condition of his probation now. He's got to go home.
I don't think he's in school in the summer, is he?
No,
What's he doing now?
right now.
Working landscaping right now.
Right now, just looking for work out there.
So he's not working.
Cutting grass, looking for work. I don't know.
So many different stories from Mr. Torres. It's crazy. It's
It's right now like I'm pushing him, but he's learning the hard way.
Judge, we had talked to you once before when he was trying to get a job working at 11 o'clock at night and you wouldn't approve because it's too late, which is, and I understand because it was during school. He's not in school now for the summer session, but he is seeking other employment. And in the meantime, he's working for a landscaping company, cutting grass, but he doesn't have a full-time job at the present time.
He needs to get a full-time job. I don't care if it's working at McDonald's. I don't care if it's working at Burger King, Home Depot, full-time job. I want you back here in 2 weeks to show me what you've done, Mr. Torres. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well for you. I will give you my card. You have a direct line to me. If he starts acting a fool with you or starts playing games, call me. Tell Carl, I will come up and I'm going to straighten him out for you. If he doesn't do anything you say, come back and tell me, and I will straighten him out for you. All you got to do is say the word, and I'll jump on him so tough that I'm serious. If he starts, playing games, he starts going out smoking dope, doing anything like that, you still have a curfew with me, Mr. Torres. I'm not letting you out in the middle of the night. One way or the other, we're going to straighten you out. If it means putting you in custody repeatedly, I'll do it in a heartbeat. You're entering this deferred. As part of this probation, you must do an effective decision-making class, 4-hour anger management class, no drugs, no alcohol, 25 hours of community service, no harassing, threatening, or abusive contact with Victor Hugo Salazar, and proof of enrollment in high school. I want you back here in 2 weeks. Show me what you've done. If you don't have a job, something that you can prove to me other than your word, it's not going to go well. Come back. Show me and tell me how he's been. If you have any issues, please let me know. I'm here for you. I will do whatever you want me to do. Okay? Just Carl knows how to get a hold of me.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Torres, if you violate this thing, I'm going to put you in jail. The only thing we're going to talk about is how you violate it. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to let you plead guilty. I'm not going to let this go on your record. I will repeatedly put you in and let you out. And every time you violate, it'll go up by a week. So the first time, it's 1 week. You violate again, it's 2 weeks, and then I'm going to let you out. You play with me again, it's going to be 3 weeks. And that's the way we will do it until you straighten out. You understand? I'd like to send him for a drug test right now to make sure he's clean.
Okay.
How do you plead to this offense, Mr. Torres? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 6 months, up to 15 years if I need to. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Mom, here's my card. If you need me, just call me. Shatori, you give me- Okay,
Am I waiving this fee?
all fees waived.
And then the first, what time do you offer it?
Same what we're doing now. What, hey, Shatori, if he gets a job, like a legitimate job and needs to do a little bit, the max will be maybe 8, perhaps 9, but with proof that he actually has a job. Like, I'm not taking his word for it. Okay,
We waive extradition, Mr. Shepherd, Your Honor. Should have a waiver up there somewhere.
Okay, I promise that's my.
Did you still have that waiver? That's why.
right, so, Mr. Shepherd, you're wanted out of the state of Alabama for theft of property, criminal mischief. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we wish you the best of luck. So was there anything upstairs that he had or no? It's just the only thing that we had?
It's clear.
Yeah, okay. All right, Mr. Shepherd, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Yeah, man, bro.
Yeah.
Judge, we're approaching on Taylor Smith. I just got appointed to her this morning. She went to go get drug tested. She's back here. It looks like she tested positive for THC. I don't know if you got an email for that.
Come up, ma'am. Ms. Smith, no. Yes, Ms. Smith, come up. No more marijuana. Do you understand? You tested positive. I don't know if you knew that that was going to happen. I had a feeling, you know, when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? So I'm telling you now, I'm going to drug test you 31 days from today. And if you test positive again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. Guess what's going to happen?
You're going to jail.
Right.
Yeah. As you should. I'm angry.
It's okay. It happens. You know, we're all young and did things that we shouldn't do at one point, but luckily you've not dug yourself into such a hole that you can't crawl out of it now. The problem is what you do now at 17 will affect you for the next 40 years of your life, and you don't get it. And that's okay. That's why we're here to show you what happens. Some people get it. Some people are eternal kids for life and end up with a number on their back forever. So we don't want that for you. We want you to be on the up and up. Have you seen how many lawyers there are here? That's the way to life. The way to life is money. When you have money, good things can happen. Lavish vacation, nice cars. When you don't, at the very minimum, graduate and go on, you'll end up with nothing. So tell me, I want to give you my card. You have my number. If you ever need anything, you let me know. Just tell me what kind of conditions you would like on her and we'll do it. Curfew, no contact. If she's hanging out with back, just.
Definitely a curfew. Because the type.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this gonna hurt?
And she hangs around that I really don't know nothing about.
Okay.
She
So
went-
let's do this. I don't want to put everybody on the spot, but I'd like you to get with Mr. Sims.
Yes.
So you're not in school now, right?
No, summer, yes.
It's summer.
Vacation.
So what are you doing now?
At home, with me, because I'm on vacation, I teach, so. we're both
Great.
on vacation.
Thank you for being a teacher.
Yes, and so, I plan some vacations for me and her sister.
Okay.
Because I've raised her two siblings from babies, I reared them. And I thought maybe by me going back to college and getting my doctoral degree to show them they could do it too. I wouldn't be going through this.
We were all young and did things,
Yes.
and if we need to put her in lockup, we'll do it.
If
Don't
that,
violate these conditions.
yes, if she violates that, I'm in total agreement because this is her chance to get her life right. And yes, I will.
So what time do you want? Mr. Sims, do you get it?
Time to
As far as a curfew, you want 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 7,
7 o'clock,
7,
11.
11,
Yes.
okay?
Well, let's do 10:30. You know why? Because when I do,
You don't have to explain.
okay.
Just do
She
whatever you
do come
want.
back. Yeah, 10:30 is fine.
Smoking weed Because I'm telling you, it will stay in your system for 30 days. If you go out there today and smoke, I will know. And I promise you, it's not going to go well for you. I get the attitude you're giving me, and that's okay. You can hate me all you want. It's okay. I want you to do well. And the only way is to make sure that we are on top of it and make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when not, and when you hang with dogs, you're going to get fleas. As far as it is now, so no harassing or abusive contact with the complaining witness, no weapons, and no dope, no alcohol. And I will test you. And that's it. As long as you can stay clean, you and I will be best friends, Ms. Smith. Okay. So hang tight. We're going to have her take a seat. I'm going to get with Tracy for the bond conditions, and then we'll go from there. You have my card. You ever have an issue, first get a hold of Mr. Sims, and he'll get a hold of me, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, Trinidad.
Slate, slate on the docket.
Yes.
There it is. I mean,
Slate or Blake?
Blake, I'm sorry, Blake.
Pretty standard for Ms. Smith, right? With random.
And curfew. She said curfew 10:30.
Just at 10:30 p.m. 6 a.m.
Sure, whatever she wants. Yeah. Mr. Blake, come up.
Hey. He's a little.
That's okay. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing though. You know why you're here, right? Why you here?
Criminal trespass. His mother.
You have bond violations.
He's currently living in a group home, Your Honor, and he's back on his medication. So we're getting that taken care of right now. We got a hold of his caregiver, and that's who got him here, make sure that he was here today. The last time the caregiver got to the house late, he didn't get the information. That's why he wasn't present. But me and Gloria worked on getting the caregiver the information, and that's why he's here this morning. So he's.
Ms. Garza, do me a favor, remind me of the facts of the case, what happened, because I don't remember Mr. Blake's case. If you can just give me a brief rendition, Blake.
Officers were dispatched for a disturbance call, and the CW is the defendant's mother. He would not leave the property, and the first time officers arrived, he had already left, and then he came back. Officers came back and arrested him for not leaving and making threats.
That's where he was
So-
living there.
Sorry,
Living there at the time. He had all his things there.
but she didn't want him there, right?
Apparently, whatever was going on at the time. But again, I believe it had something to do with his being unmedicated. We're taking care of that now with the group home. He's got a group home now. He's getting stabilized with his medication. So we're trying to get to a resolution now.
I guess my question and my only concern is the complaining witness and whether he's tried to go back and harass her again.
Your Honor, I spoke with the complaining witness myself, and she stated that this issue was just due to him not being on medication and drugs. And that now that he's been on medication and been in the group home, that he's improved significantly and there hasn't been any more incidents.
Damn. Look at that.
So
We moving in the right direction.
she did say that she wishes for a condition that would be to take medicine and no drugs.
That's something that we're going to be struggling with for the remainder of his existence.
Yeah, we've done that, correct, Ms. Garza? Have we not put a condition that he's got to continue to take his medication? I would have to imagine that we did that as part of this condition.
Excuse me. Just, they were asking Mr. Rayner, will you allow him to do a payment plan?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
For sure.
I don't see that as a specific condition.
But we recognize that ourselves, Your Honor, that he needs to continue to be medicated. Correct.
So remember that, so he just got another PR bond because you were just released from custody, Mr. Blake. One of the conditions that the magistrate set was that you were not to have contact with Jeanette Wiltz. Do you understand? If you violate this, it's not going to go well for you. I'm now adding on an additional condition that you must take your prescribed medication. What are you taking?
Yes, sir, I have to.
What are you taking?
Oh, segment.
Yeah, that's
They
good.
put, they change it every month also.
They're trying to figure out, they're trying to get him, you know, to an equal spot.
I'm already off there in regular shot and everything, now I'm on difficult. I know his difficult is one of them.
We don't have to tell you, we don't have to tell
So
you.
understand, you will not get another PR bond. Mr. Blake, you violate these conditions again. This is your first time. I'm not going to play this game again with you. I promise you that. I don't care if you have Jesus next to you with Trinidad. You understand?
Sure.
I know that Trinidad gets a little testy, but I'm not playing games with you. You
Amen.
must take your medication, no contact, unless we know she wants to have contact with you. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Your Honor.
We'll give you
Appreciate it.
normal
Thank
recess.
you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Would you have the case with Mr. Luna, Judge?
Page 7.
What is the one thing we asked you not to do, Mr. Luna?
Don't do the same thing.
You now stand charged again with unlawful carrying of a weapon. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
On June 25th, 2024, officers observed a vehicle fail to signal a turn prior to turning in Harris County, Texas. Upon viewing the traffic violation, officers activated emergency lights and conducted a traffic stop. Officers made contact with the driver, who was identified as a defendant. Officers observed the defendant acting very nervous, hands shaking, and not making direct eye contact after asked if there was anything illegal in the vehicle. Defendant advised that there was nothing illegal in the car, and when asked to search the vehicle, he declined the search. Defendant was then asked to step out of the vehicle and was detained. K-9 Hero was deployed on the vehicle, where he then alerted on the back driver's side door. Upon conducting a probable cause search, officers located a black backpack located behind the passenger seat. The backpack contained 2 mason jars containing marijuana with a combined weight of 2.4 ounces. Officers then located 7 THC vape devices with a combined weight of 4.20 ounces and a small black scale. Officers searching the vehicle further discovered an unholstered black Smith & Wesson 9mm under the front driver's seat that was loaded.
Mr. Luna, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
You see,
Pavel's running it.
I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication, and no slinging. I'm now taking you into custody because you violated the conditions that I asked you not to do. number one. Number two, if you get out, your bond conditions are going to be so strict, you're going to flip. And I'm going to tell you now, you violate again, I will deem you a public danger and make it sky high. Do you understand? He goes with you.
His license was eligible.
Okay, thanks. All right, so I guess he's gonna pop up on Monday's docket. I'm imagining he'll be out. So let's roll back again on Monday and we'll go from there. But I'm assuming he's probably gonna bond out by then. So come back on Monday and we'll go from there, please. Okay, thanks. And then we'll just give you the 3-week on the other gentleman. Thanks. I am, yeah.
For Mr. Torres, you want him to report back here or just wait for 2 weeks to see?
No, report back here. No, yeah. Okay, Anna.
I have an off docket.
Okay,
If you need the cause number, all the paperwork should be in your queue.
Kano?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. You mind bringing it up?
Ms.
Come up, Miss Kano.
Yeah, they call up here. You verify. You are.
All right, Ms. Kano, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You know, you had the opportunity to get this thing dismissed, and I'm going to tell you, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, but at some point you're going to come back and you're going to think to yourself, why didn't I get that thing done? I hope that at some point, if you ever run into us again, you take us seriously, you do what you're supposed to do. As it stands now, like I said, you're charged with assault of a family member. You've worked out this agreement. This charge will go on your record. The other thing you need to understand is that there's an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that you can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this. And if you ever pick up another one of these types of cases, an assault case like this, you'll be facing a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. All you need to do is literally grab someone's arm and squeeze to where it hurts. And you're looking at 2 years in prison as a minimum. Do you understand that? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. How do you plead to the offense, man? I will find you guilty, send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, Ms. Kendall. Yes.
You have excuse?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And we'll roll it CC so she won't. Okay, ma'am, please see the.
Judge, may I approach? On Angel Gomez, do you have a plea in that case? 30 days, credit for 11. Judges will take the plea or bring him up and sign and all that. Just up to the judge.
All right, let's just do it. Get him out of here. Oh, you gotta write it up?
No, it's written up, then you can just come sign it. So it doesn't matter.
Gomez.
Gomez.
Bob, Tobias, anything?
Yeah, we'll get, I don't know. I'm waiting for the lawyer to get back to see if we can do something. Mr. Gomez, you're charged with unlawful carrying a weapon. Tell me. Did you think this was difficult?
Yes, sir. I feel like I made it more difficult than it was supposed to be.
If you pick up another case for the next 5 years, you're gonna come back here. And I'm gonna tell you, if you think that it was hard this time, just wait. You come back here because you make some other move out there endangering my public. I'm gonna light you up so hard, you're gonna think that we've made it a career. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The next time you get out there and you have some kind of thought that to do something that's going to endanger, put anyone at risk, whether it's in a car, whether it's in a house, whether it's outside, think before you act, because if you come back here with another case, get ready. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 11 days that you've already done. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you are stuck with this. Mr. Slider, what about the weapon? Okay. The weapon that you have here will be forfeited and made into a manhole cover. How do you plead to this offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Mr. Gomez, I'm not asking a lot from you. I'm telling you, think before you act. Think before you speak, because if you come back here with a new case, get ready. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck.
CC, Your Honor.
Okay, please, the clerk.
The first one, can you come up the elevator? Behind the elevator, you'll see a
Page
glass office.
16, Terry, come on up.
Mr. Terry, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Your case is 717 days old. You've been given PR bond after PR bond. Let's see how many you've gotten. I'm going to appoint your lawyer today. We figure out today what happens with your case, sir. So just take a seat for me in the jury box. Victoria, do you mind reaching out to the Mac for him, please?
All right, Judge, the next one is page 17, Walker, Kenneth Walker. Okay.
Do you mind grabbing him? We still have to do, it's an arraignment, please.
Walker.
Walker, we need to do Walker.
I don't understand.
Kenneth Walker. Come up, Mr. Walker. Tell me, have you ever been arrested before?
Yes.
How many times have you been arrested?
Twice.
Would you go to church looking like that?
Yes.
In shorts?
Yes.
That's extremely disrespectful. You don't come to court in shorts, and the next time we will put you out. It's a complete sign of disrespect. Do you understand, Mr. Walker? You're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On June 21st, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a Porsche parked between a handicap and no parking zone. They made contact with driver who was identified by his Kentucky license. Defendant advised that he was having car problems and couldn't move the car, and that he had parked there to run into the gas station to grab a Gatorade and a Swisher Skeet. and between his legs, there was a handgun in plain view. Officer asked defendant to step out of the vehicle and observe the smell of marijuana. During pat down, a bag of marijuana was found in his pocket, 26 grams. It should be noted that this was at a strip center, and directly in front of where the defendant was parked is a daycare.
Judge, I do have an argument for PC. The argument first being that the officer says he conducted a traffic stop. We have nothing on what this traffic stop was based on. Additionally, they're in a private property. This is a gas station, this is a strip, a shopping center, not a public roadway. So the Texas Transportation Code doesn't apply to private properties. We don't have anything other than the owner calling or somebody else calling 911. So I don't think we have a reason to even get to PC based on the traffic stop that the officer is claiming.
I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, Mr. Walker. Do you have a Texas driver license?
No.
How long have you lived in Houston, sir? It's time to surrender the Kentucky license to get a Texas driver license, and I'm giving you 2 weeks to do that. If you do not do that, then I will take your privilege to drive away from you permanently.
I waited.
Then I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive.
Judge, I would ask if we could give him the 2 weeks to hopefully resolve that issue out and then to have.
Been extremely arrogant the entire time, counsel. He's been the way that he's acted since he's walked in here. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you consume alcohol, likewise, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. You have a lawyer because you do. I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with counsel. If they come back to me, tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're gone MIA or ducking and dodging phone calls, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. If I have to put you in jail because you violate conditions or you pick up a new case or you don't stay in touch with counsel, you will not get any more PR bonds from us. I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive, and we'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then you'll get with Tracy your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go, sir. Thank you, counsel.
It's just gonna sign the document. Did you do it? That's good. Okay. All right, Judge, next is page 18.
Hold on. I want to make a bunch of notes on this case about Mr. Walker, so just give me a second.
Judge, may I reapproach?
Sure.
On Mr. Walker, Judge, he does work. So I would be asked, I know you mentioned the 2 weeks. I would ask you to reconsider that for him to resolve.
Well, yeah, I'm going to give you a normal reset now because we did the affidavit. So I'll just give you whatever time you want.
I'm saying have him 2 weeks before signing the non-driving affidavit. Give him 2 weeks to resolve his license issue. Because like I say, he does have to work, Judge. So
He asked me for the thing. He was the one, no, you might as well go ahead and do it.
I know, and I think I just spoke to him and he retracts from that, Judge. So no,
It just,
if he does need to drive, you want me to reapproach you?
I'll tell you what, if he gets his license, and he's able to get a Texas driver license and he has liability insurance and you can prove it, then we can talk about it again.
Understood, Judge.
But show me, like, if he can get it, then I'm more than happy to take the restriction off. But he's got to show us that he's got a license and that he has insurance, and then I'm happy to do it for you.
Understood.
I will take it off.
Understood. Thank you.
For sure.
Please swear to documentation, sir. Please. You swear or affirm that you will not operate a vehicle as authorized by law. Moving with your counsel.
I think retrial is right.
So he had a Porsche and he was parked in between like a handicapped, right? Is that what it was?
Handicap and then going into the no parking zones, so just kind of diagonal.
That's what it's the Porsche season. Okay, hey Herman.
So mine's off docket, Judge. It's that, I finally got, it's an occupational license. If I may give you the cause number. It is gonna be, come on. Two 5329. And Judge, he knows that despite living in Louisiana, this case is, I mean, the occupational is only for Texas. Because he's one of those fields, you know, he works in the oil rigs, currently in Louisiana. He knows until he gets to Texas, he can't legally drive. And the state ran him and he didn't have, other than the previous TWI, that's all he had. And you wanted me to give you the times, I believe. Okay, Monday through Friday, it's 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then Saturday and Sunday, it's 3 a.m. to 6.
He wants me to let him drive in the middle of the night.
That's when he works that shift. Yeah. That's the issue. That's what he's assigned. I mean, it's a narrow window, that 3 to 6. It's not, you know, and he's not, I mean, maybe we can do it a little bit, like take it to 11 p.m. or 10, or 10 p.m. Monday, on Monday through Fridays.
Show me your work schedule, then I'll.
Okay.
I just
thank
want to
you.
know that.
Okay,
legitimate
that's
schedule,
reasonable.
and
Okay,
then
thank you.
I'm okay with it, and then we can
Okay.
work around that.
Cool.
Permit.
thank you.
Okay. Is that Pope or no? I think it's,
It's for Wells, page 18, next arraignment.
okay, are you Miss Pope? We finally got her here. Come up, Miss Pope. Ms. Pope, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On May 11th, 2024, officers were dispatched in response to a family disturbance. Complainant described that the defendant was hitting her with a brittle wooden stick approximately 15 to 20 times all over her body, causing her pain. The wooden stick was approximately 7 to 8 inches in length, and the complainant stated that she broke the wooden stick while hitting her and felt the most pain when hit in the face with a wooden stick. The complaining witness wishes to pursue charges.
So who is the complaining witness in relation to Ms. Pope?
Your Honor, I read the DIMS. It didn't say. The officers did respond in response to a family disturbance, but I don't see the relation. And the complaining witness's voicemail is not set up, so we haven't been able to.
So who is Ms. Nicole Knitz to you? Is that an acquaintance?
That is my 43-year-old cousin that had been raising hell for 8 hours in front of my aunt's house. And I had enough. I'm sorry. I gave her.
Don't say anything about the case.
Saying,
is it possible to keep you guys separated? I mean, who?
Sure. Yes, sir. For
Does
Pete's
this
sake.
person live in relation to where you live?
Well, I used to live there with my elderly mother's youngest sister.
So that's your mother's sister?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I used to live there, and then she had a fallout with her, the father of her child. At 2:00 in the morning, she demanded that I have to leave my place where I've lived for a year, worked hard. My place of residence with my mother's youngest sister for nearly a year at 2:00 in the morning. And
The only thing I would like, it's okay, Ms. Pope. The only thing that I would like is for you not to have contact with this person. As long as you can do that, you and I will be fine, okay? Would you like me to appoint you a lawyer today?
sir,
Okay,
I'll
the
have
only,
appreciate that.
I will appoint you a lawyer today. The only other thing I'm going to ask you is please show up to court. When you show up, good things happen. I'm telling you that because we have 2 times that you've missed court today, or since then. All I'm asking you to do is show up. I will give you a lawyer today, explain your side to the lawyer, and then they can work out with the DAs, and I'm sure that we'll be able to work something out, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, I would like to say one thing. I don't want to offend anybody. The day that I had court, that's when it was flooding a few Fridays ago. The schools were closed. My elderly mother came with me. The courts were closed. 2 days later, she had a seizure, scared me to death. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. Nothing's happening to you today. We're not taking you into custody. We're not doing anything to you. I'm letting you know, I want you to show up from now on. That's it. That's it. But I will give you a lawyer so you can always explain your side to the lawyer. And if there are any issues, you can always relay that to the lawyer and he can come and talk to me, or she can talk to me as well. Okay? So for now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We will have you just take your seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer. We'll have you talk to this person, and then we'll figure out where we go from here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Wells.
Can you create no contact and no weapons, please? Is the felony case that she has associated to this as well? Is it just a completely different matter or what?
Yes, sir. I took this 4 days later. It looks like the felony is at night out.
Just starts breaking stuff or what? That's a lot of stuff at an IHOP for $2,500.
Let's the employee of the IHOP. They don't know why or what she wrote the primitives. She wrote something to the IHOP.
Oh, who knew IHOP had something that expensive?
All right. By the girl. By the most expensive asset there.
Okay. Matt. Okay. And what is your name, sir?
Williams.
Williams?
Williams, W-E-L.
Got it. All right. Good morning, Mr. Wells. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir. Okay.
On June 20th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a suspicious person call at a gas station, which is a known drug trafficking location. Officers observed the defendant loitering at that location, and officers left the location and returned 30 minutes later, and defendant and his vehicle were still there. Officers made contact with the defendant and smelled odor of marijuana. A probable cause search was completed and recovered a clear bag with green leafy substance in the center console, along with 13 individual bundles. The weight of the bag was 0.55 ounces.
All right. Mr. Wells, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
So what, sir? Probable cause to what though? They say they walked up on the suspicious cop. I wasn't suspicious. I wasn't loitering. I was there at the store. The store dude told them I wasn't loitering at all.
You need a lawyer to help you out with this, and then the lawyer will tell you. But as it stands, an officer can always just come up and
Just
start.
and walk up on you. No. All right, yes, sir.
You know, you go to California, you go to Colorado, hey.
So the probable
You know?
cause is just walk up on me and just say, hey, I smell weed. That's cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't live in Colorado. You don't live in California, man. Or I don't know, where's the other one? Is it California? Right? In
I got
Texas,
PTSD, so at the end of the day.
please, Mr. Wells. All right. What do you do for a living, sir?
Diesel mechanic.
Okay, we're gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm gonna have you go to Victoria. I'm not putting any conditions on your bond, Mr. Wells, but understand this. If you pick up a new case, it's not gonna go well. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and we'll get you out of here, sir. Hugh.
I was just appointed to roll Polito and Pulido.
Is he Spanish?
No. To address the bond conditions in the MOAB. I know the state has spoken with the complainant and he's lives with his mother, and that's where the incident is between.
Well, right. But I know, he's telling us he was living on the street or something.
What's that?
He's telling us, I thought he was living on the street.
No, he lives with her. That's his only place to live. His stepfather's here, who's married to his mom, and he says that she's okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with it as long as he doesn't create an issue with her.
Sure.
Mr. Pulido, come up.
I think the MOAP has it where it's a no contact, no. And so I was gonna see if we can get that changed around, so.
You need to understand, Mr. Pulido, that you're skirting very thin ice. There is a protective order that says you're not supposed to have threatening or harassing contact with the complaining witness, which is your mom. I want you to listen. What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It's what she perceives. So can conduct alone violate this? If I go like this to you, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is. You're the one that will end up going to jail if your mom thinks that you're threatening or harassing her. So I would be very careful. I'm okay with you staying with her, but the order for protection says no threatening or harassing contact. It's what she perceives, not what you think or what you feel or what you care. I don't give a rat's behind about it. It's how she feels. So if you're at mom's house and you're upset, it probably would be a good idea to walk outside, go run a mile and cool off or do something. Because if you upset her and she calls the DAs and says, hey man, my son's harassing me again, guess who goes to jail? Right. And the problem is that aside from your mom, there's no one else that's probably willing to pony up $5,000 to $10,000 to bond you out. So if you go to jail, you got out now because I gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one. You violate these conditions, you'll end up there with a $5,000 to $10,000 bond. And if you don't have anyone to pay that, you will be stuck like Chuck. You understand? Be nice. That's all I'm asking. Think before you act and think before you speak. Sometimes you might have but a nanosecond to do it. You understand? What I'm going to do now, so that both you guys know, and what Hugh was asking for, is to modify the order for protection to allow you to go home. The only thing I'm doing is I'm taking off the residential restriction. All the other stuff in the order for protection stays, so that you know, no threatening, harassing contact. You cannot use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon. You understand? Okay, so just keep it cool. That's all we're asking. Okay, all right.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks, you.
After there's 61 days over, can I move out or something?
We need to figure out what we're going to do with this case before you go to Dallas. I know that you're itching to go, but we need to figure out what's going to happen with your life. You've got this case open, and if you go to Dallas, I'm afraid we just might not see you again. So that's why I don't want that to happen for now. Okay?
With the ankle monitor or something like that.
Say that again?
I'm okay with the ankle monitor or something like that. Anything to track me
No.
down.
I can't monitor you in Dallas, man. No. So let's do this. Let's try to get is there anything that's in right now?
There's an offer.
Yes, there's an offer, and I was going to communicate that to him.
3 months PTI.
They've given you a great offer where, you can get this case dismissed. And I'm telling you, that's the best thing for you, because you don't want this on your record. It will hurt you. It'll haunt you forever if you get a conviction. So they've given you a good offer. If you do things quick, perhaps they'll let you off quick. And I'm okay with that too. The idea is that you learn from this. So in the future, you reflect and you think before you act, Okay, Mr. Pulido, I have modified this condition. You can go back home. Just be nice. Okay? All right, thanks you. Thank you.
30 seconds, we make a copy.
Yeah. Sorry, Miss McGinley, you're next.
Judge, I just got to James Terry. He's in the jury box. I needed to approach because of the age of the case, I think.
700 something. We need to know where we're gonna go. This
Okay.
dude's begun.
It looks like there's a PTI offer for restitution for dismissal. I can talk to him and see if he can afford that, but Judge, I'm not sure what.
Mr. Terry, come up.
And also, I think they're also offering time served, so.
See now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Terry?
I work tree work, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500.
Guys, how much is restitution in this case? 1,240. 1,247?
I don't have that kind of money, sure.
Okay, so I guess let's talk about the other option and then we'll go from there. The case is nearly 750 days
A
old.
2 or 3 week reset.
I'm not doing that long.
You just want him to figure it out today, or?
I'll give you a week or so,
Okay.
but your case is so old, it sprout legs and it can walk.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm not inclined to just give you a bunch of time to figure out, because it's not fair to everybody else that does what they're supposed to do. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Terry, if you ever take off on me again and don't come back, get ready. You understand?
Can we get a 1 week appearance required,
Yeah.
Judge?
I'll do that.
Thank you, Judge.
So in a week, they've offered you time cert. In a week, you must come back here and either be prepared to accept the offer from the district attorneys. They have offered to dismiss your case if you pay the $1,200. In a week, perhaps you can get the money. I don't know. If not, they've also given you a time served offer. If you do not want to accept that offer, that's okay. At that point, we'll set your case for trial. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. All right, take a seat, and I'm gonna get you a new court date, okay?
Okay. Mr. McGinley, you ready? Sorry.
Yes, Judge.
Juan Robles.
Sorry, just to clarify on Ms. Humphries, the dismissal is it's already
Yes.
everything's done, turned in.
They're
Okay,
gonna
thank
file the
you.
dismissal now.
Okay, I'll let their office know. Thank you.
No, it's not. No, well, in some respects it is. In some respects it is. You're here now because you have a bond violation. Oh, you picked up a new case. You are now charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay, Ms. Garza, please.
On June 21st, 2024, officers was working an extra job at Bombshells, and a bartender identified defendant as someone who was banned from the bar for previous physical and verbal altercation.
At a bar.
The officer asked defendant to leave the premises. He refused, and he was asked for his ID. He advised, "I plead the fifth." That's all we have.
At that point, I guess they arrest him and charge him with trespass.
It's also a restaurant,
Stop.
Your Honor.
Stop. I'm gonna find that there's cause to go forward on your new case, and Mr. Robles, now, I'm taking you into custody for picking up a new case. Goes with you. $5,001 on this one, please. Robles on the top of 13. Yes.
Which case?
The BWI. Yeah. Mr. McGinley.
Yes, Judge.
He will probably pop up on Monday's docket, so if you guys want to pop in then we can see what happens, I guess, and we'll go from there.
Miss Pope. Miss Pope.
Hey, did you find out?
Stop hitting yourself.
I'm not hitting myself. I have spasms in my spine. I
You're
have
still-
7
you're still-
bulging
that's still-
for this, and that gives me a little relief. I'm in a lot of pain, sir.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
not
asking
hitting
you to stop
myself.
hitting
I'm
yourself.
massaging myself. Your Honor. Whoa. Pardon me, ma'am.
Do you have someone?
That's my mom. She knows I do it every day, all day.
Is that what gave him?
No, it's a stop.
Why would it go to PBO versus? I'm trying to find you a lawyer quick, but it's just taking a little bit longer than it should. I don't know why. Yeah, we're gonna try to get you out of here, but first need a lawyer. Is there anyone I can contact or?
Jane, Sarah,
That sounds right. I remember now that you say that. That name sounds right.
So the solid without glasses. These are our photos that we just took like this last week. Well, I offered because they were like trying to figure out if like have really big glasses and they don't do a little flash. And I was like, I can just take it off, like just make it easier. And then they're like, yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. So I did it. Yeah.
Feel free to stand up. You're okay.
Too much.
Just stand up. You're fine.
So, I got seven more orders.
Why don't you do me a favor and just lock me back up so my mom can go home? I know my mother very well. I see the complete exhaustion in her face, and I'll be damned if she's gonna go back to the hospital with a seizure or a stroke. So do what you have to do so she can go home. How many hours have we been here, Mother, since 8 o'clock this morning? No, I refuse. Do what you have to do. If I have to go to see her, go back to jail. She is not gonna. She wanted to be here and support me.
Ma'am, come up.
She shouldn't have to suffer, Your Honor.
Come up. Come up. She's doing better than you're
No,
doing.
she's not. I know my mother. Look at, she is fucking beyond exhausted. I am not gonna have it. I am not, and I am kicking myself in the ass for whipping my 43-year-old cousin with a switch. I don't care no more. I don't care no more. She lied on me. She got a few pops. And this thing about hitting her in the face to the stick broke, you're kidding me right now. You are kidding me.
She's
I'm a good
doing.
person.
She's great.
No, she's not great. You don't know my mother. I'm watching her over there with doze. You weren't there 2 weeks ago when she was going like this in the middle of the night and having a seizure and bit her tongue and spitting blood. I'm not having it. Lock me up. Lock me up or whatever. Let her go. No, I shouldn't have to be here this many fucking hours.
You need to relax.
No.
You're creating.
My back is fucking hard. I am beyond pain. I can only imagine what she feels like at almost 80 years old. No. I'm living. I can't take no more of this crap. 5 days in jail, 3 days on a concrete floor, disabled. No. Inhumane. No.
I'm right. I'm all right.
No.
I have a lawyer coming here momentarily. We call any minute. I don't know why she's carrying on like this. I think that you're doing fantastic. She's sitting there being completely just fine.
That's how she was the other night. Yeah, a couple weeks ago when she had a seizure and started biting her tongue and fucking seizing out and shit. And had to go to the doctor. She's had 2 strokes and 3 seizures in 1 month. I know my mama. She's been there for me. I appreciate everything. I'll be damned if I sit over there and watch her just dozing and feeling like this. No, because of my shit. So do what you have to do.
She's fine.
Do what you have to do.
Do we have the lawyer coming? Okay. Would you like to sit in this chair, Miss Pope? I have this black chair there that's more comfortable. Would you like to sit there? Tracy, do you mind taking your stuff off? You can sit right there and wait. They should be here any moment. Look, it's nice and soft. It's not a problem. Really. Ricardo, did you get appointed for this
I gotta
case?
be able to drive back to Katie and drive her home back to Katie. No, I'm exhausted. She's exhausted. This is ridiculous. Well, shit, everybody just stare at me because I'm in fucking pain and I don't feel good. And I'm concerned about my mom. Stop staring at me. Okay, I have anxiety disorder. I have PTSD because I had the fuck beat out of me by my father. And if you don't believe me, ask my father.
The lawyer, ma'am, your lawyer is here now.
Do what you have to do.
Can I go?
You can talk to her back.
Quit pulling me apart. She's pulling me that way. She's pulling, Your Honor.
You're gonna have to see it calm down. You're not gonna act up
I
there.
don't care. You're not gonna pull me one way, her pull me.
Sam, Sam,
Go ahead and have a seat. Sam.
She's pulling me one way. She's pulling me the other way.
Mom was doing, you were doing great. I don't know, just, she's no patience. This is a ticking time bomb, you know? I mean, really, my gosh. Hey, Sam, see if you can diffuse the situation. She was just very upset because it took quite a while, but I mean, that's, when you get an appointed lawyer, sometimes it takes. Mom's here, she's doing great, she's still doing fine. So I think I don't think she just wanted to wait. She was just getting impatient and throwing a fit, so.
I was in ERD and.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hold her in contempt, I'm not gonna do anything, just see if you can calm her down and then.
She says she's been. She's covered it. Okay, I'm gonna talk to her.
Have an offer on the case, guys?
We don't, but I just wanted to discuss it with him before.
Yeah, for sure. Should do no drugs, no alcohol now, man.
It's not drug.
It's she's had a panic attack, you know,
Yeah.
The one she showed that she had a panic disorder.
It's not drug.
Right, no, I think you're not, I think you hit the nail on the head. That's.
I'm sure drugs don't help it, but it's not drug.
No, but I think, Logan, you're right. I think that's exactly what it's. Hopefully back there alone for a minute will.
I'm staring.
Tracy, I think that's it. Once you, I mean, we're pretty much done. Guys, I think we're pretty much done. I don't know.
You want me to put you off? Maybe tomorrow, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, let's. If I try to put any conditions on now, she's gonna lose it. She's gonna lose it even more.
Yeah.
You know, now that she has a lawyer, she won't have to wait as much. I think that was the big issue. So Sam's great. He's really good at, you know, right. He's so easygoing that it really, hopefully that easygoingness will kind of. Stephen, has she calmed down yet?
She's calming down. She's finally giving Sam her information, so.
Okay, I mean, let's let her go.
Once that happens, we can get her out of here so she can go get her pain meds or whatever she needs.
Do you want to give her do you have the reset ready or no?
But I mean.
Okay. You have a great lawyer here, Ms. Pope. Sam is as easygoing as great as can be. We're just gonna let you go today. Just be careful. All we want you to do is come back. That's the only thing you have to do is come back and stay in contact with Sam. That's
Yeah, I
it.
want to, sir. It's not my fault it flooded and the courthouse was closed and my mom had a seizure and went in the hospital.
Pope.
That wasn't my choice.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. There's nothing to worry about. All we want you to do is come back and stay in contact with Sam. That's it. And don't pick up any new cases.
No, man, I'm too old for that. I have a grandmother and 4 children. I don't want no trouble, but she needed a whooping with a stick. That's all I have.
It's all right.
Say.
I'm gonna go grab my card. Let's get you out of here, okay?
Okay, we'll get you out. We'll give you a reset. Good luck, ma'am, and then we'll see you in a month. Okay.
Let's walk around here, sign your name right here.
Yeah, we're gonna get you. There's my purse over there by my mom. Do you have a purse? Here's my purse.
Do you have her purse?
Yeah. Some like little card.
Thank you. You're doing great. Thank you.
Kids, it's been almost 2 hours, an hour and a half, something like that. And it's been a great set of cases with Judge Fleischer. From yesterday, I've had a lot of fun. I hope you've all had a lot of fun. It's not over. It's never over until it's over. Right now, as we speak, things are going to plan. And Colin should be starting his stream or already have his stream started. So, as I sit here and vamp and wait to see said stream start in 1 minute, we're going to sit here and listen to our music. And we're going to say, hey, I hope everybody has a great weekend and thank you for coming out. I am your Lone Wolf Usul. I'm your curator. I am your host. And I am the person behind the wolf. We are here at the Court Gallery Live. And we do this every weekend, Saturday, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever standard time it is in whatever part of the world you happen to be in. Still having a little trouble with my eyes right now, so it's kind of hard to read everything that's going on the screen. Otherwise, I would be responding to things going on in chat. So I apologize for all that. I'm gimped. I have all kind of things going on. Life, man. Life. All right. Well, Colin is live. And we're all going to see Colin. Shutting us down. We'll see you next time. Love you all. Stay crispy. Stay out of jail. Have a great, great weekend. Love from me to you. Peace out. And I'm really not doing the Ferris Bueller day off thing today. We're stopping stream and we're going to see Colin.